Welcome student. Today we are going to learn surface area, which is the sum of area of all faces of any solid figure. It is a very important concept used in many real-life applications like estimating the amounts of material, say paint or wallpaper during construction, or calculating air resistance on cars and planes during designing. We shall begin with the basic concepts now. Surface area can be defined as the measure of exposed area of any object. For illustration, ears of an elephant have a large exposed area, or in other words, a large surface area for cooling purposes. It is important to note that surface area is always expressed in square units like square inches and square feet. Let us consider an example for further clarification. Please look at this rectangular box. It is constructed with 4 rectangular sides, a rectangular top and a rectangular bottom. As already explained, it should be clear that the surface area of this rectangular box will be the sum of the area of its 4 sides, area of the top and area of the bottom. We shall now find out the surface area of some 3-dimensional objects. Let us begin with the rectangular prism, which is also known as a cuboid. A simple definition of a cuboid describes it as a solid figure bounded by 6 rectangular faces. All the internal angles measure 90 degrees and the opposite faces are equal. Here is its geometric representation. When it is opened, we can see 6 different rectangular faces. If the length of this cuboid is taken as L, breadth as B, and height is supposed to be h, then the surface area of the rectangular prism can be expressed as the sum of the area of 6 rectangular faces, wherein the area of rectangle 1, which is length times height, plus area of rectangle 2, which is length times breadth, plus area of rectangle 3, which is length times height, plus area of rectangle 4, that is length times breadth, plus area of rectangle 5, which is breadth times height, plus area of rectangle 6, which is breadth times height. So we can conclude that surface area is equal to 2 times length times breadth plus 2 times breadth times height plus 2 times length times height. In short, the formula for surface area of a cuboid is equal to 2 times length times breadth plus breadth times height plus length times height. An example will help us to understand the concept application. We need to calculate the surface area of a cuboid whose length is equal to 15 inches, breadth is equal to 10 inches and height is equal to 20 inches. This is the rectangular prism or cuboid whose dimensions are given to us. We have just learnt that the surface area of a cuboid is given by the formula 2 times length times breadth plus breadth times height plus length times height. So by plugging in the values of length as 15 inches, breadth as 10 inches and height as 20 inches and simplifying, we find that the surface area of the cuboid is equal to 1300 square inches. Let us consider another example. We are required to find out the surface area of a cuboid whose length is given as 10 inches, breadth is equal to 8 inches and height is equal to 6 inches. The surface area can be calculated by using the formula 2 times length times breadth plus breadth times height plus height times length. We need to plug in the value of length, breadth and height into the formula and simplify the expression. The surface area is calculated to be 376 square inches. We shall now deal with another geometric figure called a cube. A cube is defined as a three-dimensional regular solid in which each of its 6 square faces has the same edge length. In this geometric representation, the edge length is denoted by small a. When it is opened, 6 square faces can be seen with equal area, that is a square. To find out the surface area of the cube, the area of all square faces has to be summed up. That means area of square 1 plus area of square 2 plus area of square 3 plus area of square 4 plus area of square 5 plus area of square 6 gives the surface area of the cube. As all the 6 square faces are identical with equal area a square, so the surface area of the cube becomes 6a square square units. The following example would be useful for better understandability. The edge length of a cube is known to be 4 inches and we need to calculate the surface area. We know that the surface area of a cube is calculated by using the formula 6a square, where a is the edge length. In this case, the edge length is given to be 4 inches and a square is the measure of area of any square face. Now we plug in the value of edge length and simplify. The surface area of the cube is calculated to be 96 square inches. We can consider one more example. Surface area of a cube is required to be calculated whose edge length is given as 7 inches. By applying the formula for calculating the surface area of a cube, that is 6a square, where a is the area of each square face, and simplifying after plugging in the value of edge length as 7 inches, the surface area is found to be 294 square inches. Please remember the important formulae being repeated here. Surface area of a cuboid is equal to 2 times LB plus BH plus LH, where L, B and H are the dimensions of the cuboid. Surface area of a cube is equal to 6 times a square, where a is the edge length of a cube. This brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you for your time and take care. Goodbye.